Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is a Patreon Day. Not only Patreon Day, but it is the free Patreon Day episode for October. So, we got an interesting thread for you guys. Let's get right on to it. Let's do it like we do it. It is Friday. This one is... our thread is, has anyone ever been to a wedding where someone actually objected? And if so, how did it go? Oh, man. Ooh, excuse him while let's get to it. I wasn't there, so this is a secondhand story and took place shortly after the wedding, but at the reception, no one could find the groom until they found him in the limo having sex with one of the bridesmaids. The bride went back into the reception, stopped the band, took the microphone, and told everyone there what just happened, naming the bridesmaid, and said that the wedding would be annulled and all gifts would be returned. She totally took charge of the situation, but damn, imagine being part of the groom's family, right? And you're just like sitting there and the band's playing. You're like, oh man, like what's going on here? Like where is everybody? And out of nowhere, you just see the bride steaming, walking down the hall. And then out of nowhere, she's just like, Charlie and Ashley are fucking in the limo right now. And the wedding is over. And it'd be like, no, for real? I would get up so fast to go outside and see what's going on because I would want to see him. I'd be like, I'd be like TMZ up in that bitch. I'd be like, yo, man, what's going on? What made you fuck her right here and now? Like, what are you doing, brother? Oh my God. Yeah, man. Yeah. That shit would be crazy. Oh, man. All right, I went to a wedding where they skipped the that part because the bride's adult daughter was planning to object. Wait a minute. So the bride and the groom were just like, hey, look, they hold up, like, anybody got some objections, say if now say your piece and blah blah blah. Skip all that part, man. Slip a 5 in his pocket. You know what I mean? He was like, just speed this shit up. We got a bitch in the audience. Like, yo, that's fucked up. My husband's first marriage, the brother of the bride stood up and said to my husband, say no, you can still be happy. Yo, they went through with the marriage, wound up divorcing with a messy breakup. Brother-in-law is still best friends with my husband as far as he's concerned. He gained a brother and lost a sister and is better off for it. And he never lets him forget the fact that he was right and he should have bailed. That's crazy. Wow. Damn. He was just like, don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, she's a bitch. You're going to regret it. You can still be happy. And he's like, man, shut up. And he's like, I do. And then like 2 weeks later... it's like they're getting a messy ass divorce, and he's just like, told you so. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Because I told you. Like a black woman in hindsight. And he's like, didn't I tell you? Because I told you. Because I told you. I wouldn't let that motherfucker live that shit down either. The wedding was at the bride's house. They had thought out almost every detail except for one. When the official got to the speak now or forever hold your peace part, the cuckoo clock expressed its opinion. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. It was full 15 minutes before the ceremony could continue. Everyone burst out laughing. I mean, did it last? Was she actually crazy? I got to know now. Was the clock right? Was the clock trying to tell you something? Was that Jesus' divine powers just saying, here you go, my son, since nobody wants to say it? That bitch is crazy, so let me help you out here, my guy. Like, What happened? I can't stand when people do that ambiguous shit. You know, when they give us like some juice, but they don't like, supply the rest of it. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I need to know. I got to know. Oh, man. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Attended a wedding where the minister said something along the lines of, if anyone here objects to this marriage, you can keep your mouth shut. Today is not about you, yo. Yeah. This man was not having it. He was just like, if anybody has any quarrel on why they should not get married today, speak now or forever, hold your peace, but shut the fuck up, because today is not about you. Let's move on. Like, my man was not having it. He must have known something the bride and groom didn't. Oh, my, he must have been hearing whispers. Like, oh, did you hear the bride was with so-and-so? Oh, did you hear the groom was touching so-and-so's vagina? Oh, did you hear the da-da-da-da-da? And he was like, not on my watch. Not today, Jesus. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that today, Jesus. I'm about to make sure this wedding goes over swimmingly. Man, god damn. He was like, I'm about to lose my ordained license up in this camp. All right. My auntie's fiance was already married. Lady stood up waving marriage cart. So wedding didn't go ahead. The receptionist was on a long boat, so we still went to that. The fiance went back home, went back to the home country to sort it out and never came back. Wait. So the dude was from another country, but I guess apparently he couldn't get married, and so he had to go back to his home country, and he said, man, fuck that bitch. I'ma stay here. That's crazy. He probably didn't want to marry her so bad. He was just like, hey, yo, look, I need a way out of this motherfucker. Like, say I can't get married to her or something, complications with the complications. I got to go back to my country because I'm done with her ass. Like, oh, shit. All right, then. Not a wedding, but at a funeral, someone objected the death. What? Okay. At my uncle's funeral, his ex-wife and local church cult leader tried to raise him from the dead. They were all sitting there like normal people at a normal funeral, and then she walks up to the casket and starts yelling, James Lester, raise up! I didn't know she was there, or I would have prepared myself for shenanigans. Also, I didn't know my uncle's middle name was Lester, so please imagine the confusion. So she and the cult leader, and literally yelling at my uncle's body. Not surprising, my uncle refused to resurrect himself. They were escorted out. I've actually never told this story because it makes my family look insane. Facts. I wouldn't tell that story either. Who in the hell goes to a funeral and is so convinced that this is gonna work? Like, imagine they woke up today and was just like, oh, we about to resurrect James today. It's about to happen. We about to resurrect this nigga. He coming back. Who the fuck does he think he is, dying on me? Like, what the fuck? Nah. I went to her local cult meeting and was just like, yo, can you help a bitch out? Oh, she went to her local cult meeting and was just like, yo, can you help a bitch out, because my husband thought he could fucking die on me. I don't know who that nigga think he is, but I need y'all help, because I heard you could get people back from the dead and all that shit, so help me out. And they was like, say less, point me where I gotta go. Oh man, oh, that shit was funny. Imagine sitting in the pews, bro, and I don't know where you just see your aunt and like 4 dudes get up and they're just, rise up, James, come back from the surly bonds of death. And you're just like, who the fuck is this guy? Auntie, what you doing? He's like, shut up, nephew, sit down. Like, this nigga can't die on me. Like, I wouldn't tell that story either. Imagine, bro. That shit would be crazy. Oh, man. Ladies, imagine going on a date with this guy and he tells you that story. Oh, my God. I'd love to hear that. Like, I went on a first date with this guy, and he told me that his auntie went to the local cult and tried to raise his uncle from the dead. Oh, my God, bro. That's crazy. All right. I was at a small ceremony indoors, maybe 30 people tops listening. When the minister asked for any objections, a picture of the bride's dead grandmother that was hanging on the wall fell to the ground with a loud thump. We looked at each other, but the minister finished anyway, divorced within a year. Yo. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Grandma from the grave was just like, no, this ain't gonna work. She tried everything she could. You know, she told Jesus, look, hey, I can't have this go down. You got to do something. And Jesus is like, I got you. Let me send down a sign. You know, and they were just like, oh man, fuck that sign. And Jesus was like, oh damn, sorry. They gonna have to learn the hard way. You know, grandma up in heaven like, God damn it, man.
We'll be right back.
4 out of shape. 4 dads. Out of shape.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Dad Advice Podcast.
Hanging out once a week. Consuming beers. What will they say next?
Confucius said, you can go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with stinky finger. You ever use a bidet? Bidet to you, sir. Get him a telescope so he can see Uranus from farther away.
Can we give some dad advice here? If the buttons on your shirt button the opposite way, that's the lady's shirt.
That's crazy. They didn't take the sign and got divorced. All bad. God damn, nigga, this one's a long one. Okay. This was in America, and the wedding was in a Buddhist temple. Parents of the groom stood up and objected because they didn't believe the bride was of the same class. They spoke in another language, so most of the English-speaking guests didn't know what they were objecting. My husband was the best man and the closest to the couple knew this might happen. The Buddhist priest said he would handle it if the parents tried anything. After the parents spoke for a while, the priest said to the groom, "You've heard what your parents had to say. What do you want to do?" The groom replied, "I want to marry my bride." So the priest asked the parents to leave. At this point, the rest of the guests are cluing in on this. Cluing in that this was not a part of the ceremony and that the parents were actually objecting. So, as the parents walked out, some of the guests were berating them, saying things like, "You should be ashamed of yourself, and how could you do that?" And even though the groom was not happy with his parents, that was very hard for him to hear. That was 30 years ago. This couple is still married. They have 2 beautiful, successful children, and the groom's mom passed away. The groom's father came around and was involved in their lives until he died. Damn, that's crazy. That's got to be probably the worst feeling ever for your parents to objectify, like, the person that you want to get married to. Like, that would suck, man, because you're sitting there thinking like, yo, I love this person loves me, you know what I mean, we got a good thing going, we're about to get married, we're about to, commit the ultimate commitment you could have, and your parents don't support it. Like, look, even if you know it's a bad idea, a lot of times if I was a parent and I knew my son or daughter was marrying somebody that was shitty, I would just be like, I would warn them and be like, hey, look, I don't think you should marry this person for X, Y, and Z reasons. But if they go through it, they go through it. That's their choice. You're an adult at that point. You know what I mean? And when your dumbass gets divorced and you want to come home, I got you. You know what I mean? I got you. Your little race car bed is waiting for you. And a big bowl of I told you so. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's like you gotta support your kids even if you know they're gonna fuck up. You know, they gotta make their own choices. They gotta fall on their face sometimes because honestly, that's how stubborn people really are sometimes. You know what I mean? People are so stubborn and they're so locked into something. You know what I mean? They get the horse blinders on and, you know, they just don't care. And so that does suck, you know. And then their relationship was so successful. I know that was really tough for the dad. You know, the dad was like, shit, look, I know your moms didn't like the whole thing, you know, you guys getting married and whatnot, but I'm going to support you. And it sucks that it took that long for the parents to, or for at least the dad to come around. Like, that fucking sucks. But yeah, I mean, hey. You know, I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't even get down on one knee if my parents didn't really like the girl I was with, if I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? If my parents had some objections about the girl that I was with, I would really start analyzing the girl that I'm with's character and see if she really is the right one for me. You know, that's just how it'd be for me. I don't know. I feel like my parents would have a good enough like, I don't want to say judgment. I feel like that's such a harsh word. But I think they would have a good enough idea, you know what I mean, of who this person is, you know what I mean, based off of how they are, you know, around them, or like how they are with them and not when I'm not around. And that's why for me, I'm the type of person where I do like my girlfriend to be close with my parents, so that way, like, when her and my mom hang out like without me and stuff, you know what I mean, she can kind of see how she is and how she be acting, and then, you know, my mom kind of report back to me and be like, oh, you know, she's a little and a poop poop, you know what I mean, or she's a great girl, like, I fucking love her, you know what I mean. So I don't know. I'm close with my parents, but I know people who aren't close with their parents. That would probably be tough. So you'd probably have to get somebody that you kind of trust. But hey, you know. All right. I object. I took giving my sister away literally. I wasn't the brightest 3-year-old. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. In my cousin's wedding, her friend said I object because she was not invited to the wedding. She was kicked out of the wedding. Yeah. Oh, shit. This bitch was like, I'm going to the wedding regardless. She walks up in that bitch and she's like, I object. She's like, fuck you, bitch. You didn't invite me. He's like, get her out of here, security. That is funny as hell. Oh, she was salty. She was salty as fuck she didn't get invited. That is funny as hell. Oh, shit. A woman in her 20s at the time objected to her mom marrying my uncle. Whoa, wait, what? Okay, all right. So she started yelling, Mom, don't marry him during the ceremony. The ceremony proceeded, and some family on the mom's side leading the daughter away to quit interrupting. I don't blame her. My uncle was a lying, lazy bastard. The marriage didn't last. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's so funny how there's a lot of people that sit there and they know like everything. They're just like, no, I'm objecting for a fucking reason. I'm not objecting for anything selfish or like to make a scene or that. It's like, I know this person is terrible. And it's crazy when they're right. Oh, it's maddening when they're right. It's like, oh, but I get it. You know what I mean? It's the hype of the engagement. It's the hype of the, you know, the wedding and being married. And you're just like, oh my God. And, you know, you get the horse blinders on and you're just so excited and ready. I do understand that. It makes sense. But, oh, when they're right, that's why I would want like friends and family to be honest with me about my partner and who I'm in a relationship with. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like this person, you got to give me some reasons why you don't like them. And if they're valid enough for me to be like, ooh, yeah, no, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Then yeah, I would take my friends and family's advice. You know, I think, but at the same time, I think some people are just, they're so in it. They're just so, I don't want to say desperate to, you know, be with somebody. But at the same time, it is kind of desperate. Let's be real here. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But it's just like, yeah. It just sucks when they're right. I don't know. I would say that my friends and family, I feel like they got my back. And if they were telling me some shit about, you know, my partner, I would be very wary about, you know, going into marriage. You know what I mean? Let's be real here. All right, so on to our next one. I went to a Catholic wedding where when the priest asked the question, one of the groomsmen did a very loud, long throat clearing, which got everyone laughing. Everyone except for the bride's elderly Italian grandmother, who marched out of her seat and angrily hit the groomsman with her handbag and shouted at him in Italian. That is funny. That is, she was just like, oh, excuse me, and just started beating him like, what are you doing? He's like, hold on, chill. I just had to clear my throat. Damn. Like, relax. At the same time, though, I would be like, what does that man know? You know what I mean? What does that man know? Because, like, do you know something? You know what I mean? Were you fucking the bride? Were you? Because, I mean, that's happened before. That's how, you know what I mean? Where like, a groomsman has been fucking on the bride. And then, you know, they're just like, she's just like, I love you so much. You're the only one for me and everything. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, sorry, continue on. You know what I mean? No, knowing she was gobbling his penis the night before. Like, you know, I'm just saying. Like, sometimes that be happening. That's what I thought was going to happen right there. All right, we're going to do two more and we're going to end this thread. I went to a wedding where the best man was replaced a week before because he banged the bride. God damn it. We just talked about that. That's crazy. But the wedding still went ahead, just with a different best man. They are divorced. Why would you still marry this girl? Why would you still marry this girl? The fuck is wrong with you? Your best man fucked your wife to be, my guy. And you're just like, nah, it was obviously his fault. He talked her into it. Oh, she probably gaslighted the fuck out of this man. He was just like, no, he talked me into it. He was the one that wanted to do it. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and he was just like, you know what, babe, you're right. Yeah, he's fucking terrible. How dare he talk you into letting you smash and all that. You know, like, come on, man, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Come on, man. That's crazy. That's some wild work right there. Damn, she's still mad. No wonder it didn't fucking last. You idiot. All right, let's get our last one. All right, I used to make wedding videos. Did one at an outdoor wedding spot high on the one side of a valley. It had rained earlier that day, but the storms had cleared and the wedding could continue. During the vows, I don't touch the camera, just step back and let it run. So I'm spaced out waiting for the vows to finish and notice a radio tower far across the valley. Suddenly, lightning hits the radio tower. I had enough time to think, boy, when the thunder gets here, it'll probably be loud. I also had enough time to clue in that the minister was saying, if anyone objects to this union, let him speak now and forever. Kablam! Total silence in the venue. Preacher takes a second to look around and make sure everybody is all right. One has been... What is it? Yeah, on one has been smote. Well, that's never happened before. I don't know if they're still married. That was 10 years ago. Damn. My man, we've been talking about our boy, you know, Jesus up there. He's been sending some signals. He was like, come on, she's a hoe, brother. Don't do it. Like, man. God damn, he was like, Chappelle, don't do it, my son. Like, don't do it. You're gonna regret it. Man, honestly though, like, I would probably push it back a couple days if there's storms going on and all that kind of stuff, if I'm being real with you. Yeah, because that would be scary as hell. Imagine if it actually hit, where they're having the wedding. That'd be crazy as fuck. That's what I was kind of hoping would happen. You know what I mean? Or somebody got struck by lightning or some shit. That would be wild. Imagine you're like saying your vows and then I'm sorry, not saying these vows, but you got the ordainer. He's just like, oh, if anybody would like to object these two being married, speak now, forever hold your peace. And like, Chappelle, her mom gets electrocuted. She's like, and he's just like, yo, hold up. Wait a minute. I don't think we should get married. Because that would be crazy. I'd be like, yo, your mom just got fucking zapped by lightning. I really don't think we should get married now. That would be a sign like a motherfucker. I'd be like, oh, Jesus, what do you see that I don't? Because, oh, my God. I'm just saying, hey, that's some divine intervention right there. God damn. But that's going to be the end of today's thread, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that crazy thread. I think anything that has to do with weddings going wrong is just juicy to me. I ain't going to lie to you, man. Oh, God. I remember a long, and I mean a long time ago. You guys can go back into some of the episodes. I want to say this was episode like fucking 7 or 8 maybe. I don't know. It was early in this podcast. There was a story that got sent in. It was about a bridezilla, and she like hated everything about her wedding. She was complaining to everybody. She was like, I hate my dress. I hate this wedding. The music is whack, all that. I remember that was the first wedding scenario story I ever covered. Got hooked on them. I was like, yo, weddings going wrong is fucking juicy. Love that shit. So every once in a while, I like to spread in a little wedding story or wedding thread because, boy, are they so good. All right. This is the free Patreon Day episode, so I do have announcements for you guys. Patreon.com/MyAssholePodcast. If you want to get an exclusive episode every single Friday, like this episode, you want episodes every single Friday, you want some juicy episodes, and you're just like, you're only doing Sunday episodes every other week now. I needs my fix. I got you, man. Head on over to Patreon, man. Get on over there. $3 a month, get you that exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. So get in there, man. Check it out. Join the community. If you are on a listening platform right now and you haven't rated the show, please do 5 stars. It helps out a lot. I appreciate that so much. As well as downloading the episodes, man. It lets me know that you guys are coming back every week for the juice and you're loving it and you like what we're doing over here, man. I appreciate it. Whether it's the Thursday show where we read the book or it is the Tuesday or Sunday show where we go over the juiciest threads and scenarios that you motherfuckers be sending in, as well as, shit that I find, things that people on TikTok or Instagram have wanted me to cover and stuff like that. So yeah, get on there, man. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. It's all for free and it helps me out a lot. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing, man. It's amazing. We've been doing this for a little over a year now, and honestly, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. I've been noticing the engagement going up and up and up and up every week, and it's really awesome, man. I appreciate you guys so much for all of that. What was I gonna... Darn it, I lost my train of thought. There was one more thing I had an announcement for, and it hopped out of my brain and just ran away. Okay. So for Thursday's episode, I got a lot of comments. I got this comment maybe like 10 or 11 times in a row. Haunting Adeline. You guys really want me to do book 2 for Haunting Adeline. So all you people, out there that loved Haunting Adeline and you enjoyed when we went over it, that is going to be the next book that we're going to be doing. Okay, so once we finish A Court of Thorns and Roses, and we finish out this book, it's going to probably take me a couple more weeks to finish out this book. We probably will finish this book maybe around November time. But yeah, we will be doing Haunting Adeline book 2. That'll be our next book after that. So if you guys are loving Haunting Adeline and you guys, you know what I mean, say you didn't catch the 42 episodes that we did, all the 42 chapters that we did. It's probably less than that because I do 2 chapters an episode, so it's probably not 42 episodes, but it's something like that. I think it's like 20 episodes. But if you're enjoying that, because you get in there, you saw the playlist, and I do have a playlist for the Haunting Adeline stuff, so if you want to catch up before book 2, I got you. There's a playlist down there, whether you're on Spotify or you're on YouTube, there is a playlist down there, and you can check that out. If you want to catch up on A Court of Thorns and Roses, there's a playlist down there as well, and you can catch up on that. But I will have a separate playlist for book 2 for Haunting Adeline. That way it's separated. Book 1 is separated from book 2, so I'll have that separated for you guys. Don't worry, I got you all. But yes, that is what we'll be doing. I was going to do a poll, but I just kept getting so many comments of people. They're like, are you going to do book 2? Are you going to do book 2? Are you going to do book 2? When are you going to do book 2? So I was just like, okay, cool. This episode, I'll be able to address it to everybody because this is the free Patreon episode. So this is going to go out to other platforms as well. This episode will be on YouTube. It'll be on Spotify, and it'll be on everywhere else as well. So I'll be able to let you guys know. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing since you, the people, voted. That's what you wanted. I was going to do a poll because there is another book series I wanted to do. But I'll go ahead and hold off on that book series. We'll do book 2, and then we might get into that book series later. And then we might come back to I guess you would call it a court series. I don't know what it is. But yeah. That's what we're gonna have going on for the future for that. I just wanted to announce that because, like I said, I've gotten that comment like 10 or 11 times now in a row, and I've replied to almost all of them, and I'm just like, hey, don't worry. Once we finish A Court of Thorns and Roses, I got you. All right. So without further ado, let's get into our scenarios. Now that that's out of the way, all right. Our first one, am I the asshole for playing a role that my girlfriend doesn't approve? Let's see what's going on. I, 30 male, have been with my girlfriend, 29, for almost 4 years. Since before we started dating, I've been a part of an acting group, mainly performing small venue comedy theater once a year. We have practiced every Tuesday, and after every practice, I call my girlfriend to tell her about what we practice. Why do I do that? Well, that's because she says she doesn't trust them and that she's afraid to lose me. I've agreed to steer away from taking parts that had a kissing scene or anything physical. I even told our director that I won't take any parts that include kissing, even if it's just a peck. Okay. For our upcoming show, I'm playing an older gentleman who's married, father of the bride. The play takes part at a wedding. He's a whimsical dude with an eye for someone other than his wife. That's juicy. I let my girlfriend read the script because I don't want her to be upset or sad when she comes to watch. In a scene, my character meets a girl that he used to be in love with in his teen years. He declares his love and tries to win her over, but she completely brushes him off. He says the words, "I love you," as she storms away. That scene made my girlfriend fall apart crying, saying that she can't stand watching her own boyfriend saying he loves another woman, even if it's a non-romantic comedy setting. I mean, at that point though, he's not him. He's playing a character. The character is in love with this other woman, not me, I get it when it comes to kissing, and I have no problem turning down parts that has kissing scenes in them, but saying I love you to a woman 25 to 30 years older than me in a comedy play act can't be that bad, can it? I told her that I don't know what to do other than quitting, but I really don't want to do that. Am I the asshole for not quitting so she can be happy? Look, I'm going to keep it hundo P with you, brother. You need to quit her. All right. You need to quit her, because I think for you, you probably have a promising career in this acting thing. And by you turning down roles like that because of her comfortability, if I mean, that's holding you back, bro. That's holding you back from your dream. And a woman that's going to sit there and hold you back from your dream is not a woman you should be with, man. Your woman should support you in your dreams. Look, I understand kissing and physical and all that. I get that. I do 100%. But at the same time, you got to understand, baby, that this is acting. This is a role. I am playing a character. You know what I mean? I'm not being myself. I am embodying the emotions and the characteristics and the thought processes of another person. You know, that is the embodiment of acting. That is how good actors get into roles. You know what I mean? It's why Joaquin Phoenix is so fucking good. It's why Jim Carrey is so good. It's why actors like Adam Sandler is so good. These very, very talented actors are so good because they are able to leave their personal characteristics and feelings and opinions and stuff like that off to the side and really embody themselves into this character, especially like Joaquin Phoenix and Jim Carrey. Those two guys, they method act to where like the entire time that they're filming that show, they are that character. You know what I mean? They're like, no, you don't call me by my name. I am, when Joaquin Phoenix did Joker, he was not Joaquin Phoenix for the entirety of the making of that movie. He was like, no, you call me the Joker. And even on set, they called him the Joker. He wore the makeup 24/7 just so he can embody that character so fucking much. It's crazy to me. And so I truly think that she is holding you back from your dream of being an actor, man. And it sucks because I know you love her and I know you care about her. But if you want to have a promising, future and career in acting, you should not be involved with somebody that's going to hold you back. Now if this acting thing is just like something you do on the side and you do it for fun and it's just a hobby, then okay, I understand. Yeah, I mean, like it is what it is. Make her feel happy. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But if you're trying to make this into a career, don't. Don't. Yeah, I would just be like, nah, you're holding me back. I love you and I care about you, and you need to be okay with this. And if you're not okay with this, then I don't think we should be together anymore. Because if I'm being real with you, I'm trying to make this dream happen, and I can't be sitting here denying roles that could possibly get me to go somewhere. That's just tough. Like, imagine if you had this dream and you're going for this dream and you get the opportunity of a lifetime, but your partner is just like, oh no, look, I don't want you to do it because I'd feel insecure about it, or I don't want to lose you because of this. And it's just like, really? You're going to hold back my dreams because your feelings? That's crazy talk. So no, I really don't think you're the asshole at all. And I think you need to drop her or just let her know, like, look, I'm going to be taking these roles, and whether you like it or not, I love you. I care about you and I want to be with you, but I'm not going to sacrifice my dream for your feelings. Sorry. I'm not going to do it. And if you don't like that, well then peace and chicken grease, baby. You're going to have to hit the high road, because I'm not about to stop my dream for you. I'm just not. And I don't think anybody should stop their dreams for their partner. I really don't. Your partner should support you in your dreams, not hold you back from them, Yeah. Woo! I don't think you're the asshole, though. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, because that is a tough one. I get it. But again, I'd kick her to the curb, or just let her know, hey, you either get with the program or you get the fuck out. All right, on to our next one. Would I be the asshole if I break up with my cheating girlfriend when she saved my life? Nigga, if you don't kick her to the curb, what are you doing? I don't give a fuck if she... she saved your life. I guess that was like the highest degree. But I mean, still, man, like, she don't love you. That's the thing. It's like, you love him enough to save his life, but you don't love him enough to stay faithful to him. Like, where is the logic in that? I don't get that. That kind of makes no sense to me. But let's read it and let's see what's happened. Okay, when she 25 and I 25 male were in high school, I nearly drowned. Had a leg cramp in the swimming pool. My girlfriend, who was on the swim team, jumped in and rescued me. That's how we started dating. She also tutored me and helped me pass my class. Took me from a C to an A. I wouldn't be where I am now without her. My friend, 25 male, recently told me she cheated on me with... Okay, my friend 25 male told me that she cheated on me with him. Oh, so the friend fucked it. Okay. And I asked her about it. She admitted that she did have sex with him 1 week ago. But when I told her I'm thinking of breaking up, she brought up everything she did for me.
Bruh.
Really, nigga? You go and cheat. And then when you get caught cheating, you're over here like, and you try to break up with her, and she's like, oh, but what about all the stuff that I did for you? What do you mean, bitch? I thought you did all that because you loved me. But now you hopping on next man's dick. That don't tell me you love me. What you mean? What the fuck are we talking about here? I'm over here thinking you love me because you saved my life and you doing all this shit. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, my girl would never cheat on me. She loved me. And then you hop on next man's dick. Of course you don't love me. What you talking about? I'd be confused as shit. Ah, that's crazy. That's crazy. She told me I might not have been able to get into university without her and could have even died if she didn't save me. That I owe her at least a second chance. Wow. The gaslighting is crazy. And shouldn't be so quick to end our relationship. I'd be like, look, I appreciate everything you did, and I love everything that you did for me. And it was the reason why I loved you and was faithful to you for so many years. But the fact that you did all of that, and then you go and hop on next man's dick, bro, nah. That just shows me that you don't love me and that this is bound to happen again. I give you that second chance. How long is it before you hop on next man's dick again? You know what I mean? 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, a year? How long is it going to be before you fuck another friend of mine? A friend of mine. A friend of mine. Mind you that. So, you know, it ain't like it was some old random dude. Nah, this was my friend. This was a guy who I know, who I thought was my boy, but ain't my boy. He was just trying to climb up in my girl's cooch. Like, nah, man. So like I said, it's like you don't deserve a second chance. You really don't. And you doing all this stuff does not entitle you to a second chance. You did all of this, and like I said, I was like, you love me. You my girl. We doing this. I ain't ever got a reason to leave because this girl's got me. But then you hopping on next man's dick. Nah. That changes my perspective all instantly. You know what I mean? Because, and I've always said it, that when girls cheat, man, they fuck with everything they have. You know, like she was emotionally invested in this friend. She was, you know, like really ready to be with this guy, all that stuff. It's like girls don't just give up their body like that. You know what I mean? They don't. Some do, but not a lot. You know what I mean? So I guarantee you it took her a lot to, you know, really do this. And honestly, I think it was a thing where she looked at it like, she maybe felt better than her man, you know, like, oh yeah, he can't do nothing he can't do nothing for me, you know. And I think the friend was probably giving her that, like, oh yeah, I could do this for you, I could do that for you, I could do this for you, you know what I mean? And so then she was like, oh, you know, a man that can do something for me, I like that. That is different from my man, because I'm always doing shit for him, you know. He ain't ever doing shit for me. So that might have been what it is. And you know, she just felt like you were just inadequate. That could be what it is, but I don't know. I think it's good that you just ended the relationship. I do, because it's like, why go through that again, or even potentially go through that again? You know, that's just too tough. That's too tough, because I guarantee you, she was in that moment when she decided I'm gonna fuck his friend. She definitely looked at him so much better than you. And that's the whole reason why she did it. Yeah. And I'm sure that's how she justified it to herself too. Like, oh, you're so much better than my man. You do things for me. Like, I'm always doing stuff for him, and it's so annoying and this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Yeah, I do think it's this is the right thing to do, it just sucks, and that sucks. Oh, but yeah. But no, I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think so at all. You let me know what you think in the comments, though. Do you agree with me? Are you against me? Let me know. Okay. Husband cheated with a coworker while drunk. Damn. All right. Sorry, y'all. It's a long one. It's all good, fam. I, 34, been with my husband, 35, for 10 years. Woo! Married since 2018. We are like best friends and have similar humor, tastes, and interests. However, over the past few years, we have grown apart a bit. I have felt that he is no longer romantic with me, doesn't prioritize a relationship, and doesn't ever communicate his feelings past I'm fine or it's nothing. Whenever I get upset, whenever I get upset, if he does something like move/cancel our plans to accommodate other plans with friends, not including me, just not time for the two of us, he just makes it seem like I'm making a big deal and apologizes, but nothing changes. When I try to tell him I feel like our relationship is growing shallow and I need more romance, again, he would apologize and nothing happened. After about a year of nothing changing, I think I started growing complacent myself and we started feeling more like roommates. The only time he would kiss me romantically was followed by an expectation of the smecks. I think I started to get mad at that and started often saying I don't feel like it. I didn't want to force myself and not enjoy it, as that would be more damaging. So we grew more apart from this, and I'm sure he grew resentful, even though I would tell him I just need more emotional intimacy and romance. He would just say, "You're not physically attracted to me anymore," which was not true. Oh, I was about to say, like, girl, you don't think your man's attractive no more? What's going on? All right. So that is the background to the main event. On April, I went out of state to visit my parents and set up a nanny cam to watch my dog, who is my baby. When the Amazon package came in for the cam, my husband said, "What's that?" And I said, "Nanny cam for the dog." He laughed, and I supposed he thought it was a joke. One night during my trip, he went to a concert with coworkers, but he told me he wouldn't be out past 11 p.m. Not that I care how late he stays out, but my concern was about our dog being alone for too long. Facts. Don't leave the puppy home alone, okay? It's almost 2 a.m. and our dog has been alone for almost 12 hours. Oh, God. So I am livid at this point because he isn't answering my call/text. I'm watching the cam just to see when he gets back home, and just after 2, he enters the house. And I am relieved, except following him is a coworker I recognize. Now my trust in him at this point, at this point in our lives is solid. I think he's probably just saying hi to the dog. They sit down on the couch and start talking. I can hear everything. She drove him home. She drove him home and is sober. He is babbling nonsense, drunk, just laying on the couch. The conversation starts to get flirty, and even then I was thinking, it's okay. Yeah, I was wrong. He asked her to kiss him. Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. Asked to kiss him, and she got right on top of him on the couch, and the grinding commenced. Oh, she knew what she was doing. I was in a panic, crying, couldn't stop it, just watching it all on this shitty cam. Yo. It's one thing to get cheated on, but it's another thing to watch it happening. Oh, imagine watching it happen. Watching next gal be on top of your man, grinding her coochie on his dick like, I would be throwing things. Oh my God, bro. No. So the only thing I could come up with is call the police. So I did and said that there was an intruder in my house. Cops arrived and was all very dramatic, a bit cathartic. To be honest, they conveyed my rage as well. After all of this, my husband apologized, but also said that he was very drunk and that he was upset that he didn't have sex often enough. I tried to explain that even in the situation, he can make the decision to try and resolve it with me and not betray me instead. We are going to therapy, but it still feels like he is just trying to move past it instead of fix it. I love him dearly, but I am afraid of repeating the past. Any insight would be appreciated. Damn, son. Damn. Oh, all right. So let's break her down. So 10-year relationship. She doesn't really like how distant he's kind of getting. And, you know, the only time that he wants intimacy with her or gives her intimacy is when he wants sex. And that's about it. He doesn't really do anything else to kind of give her that intimacy. So then she starts being like, nah, brother, you know, you don't give me the intimacy I want, so I don't want to have sex with you. So then he's like, all right, cool, blase. If you don't want to, have sex with me, it is what it is. But what, do you not think I'm like attractive anymore or anything like that? What the fuck is going on? Why are you not having sex with me no more? And she's just like, because you're not giving me what I want, fam. Like, what the fuck is going on? And so the husband's just like, cool then, say less. It's all good. I'll just have dry dick over here. I'll be beating my meat then. You know what I mean? Fuck you. It is what it is. And so then I guarantee you it's been a thing. I guarantee you it's been a hot minute. Every chance he gets, he's talking to this coworker being like, man, my wife don't do nothing with me no more. She don't like to kiss me no more. She don't like to hug me no more. She don't like to let me fuck her no more. Like, bro, I feel like I'm in a sexless marriage, all this, all that. And the coworker is just like, ooh, you know what I mean? She's like one of those little flies that be rubbing their little antennas together. She's like, oh, now is my cue, baby. So then they go to this concert and he gets mad drunk. And I'm guaranteed he got mad drunk because he was just like, man, fuck it. I'm out having a good time. It is what it is. I'm going to let the drinks take me where it may take me. Either that or he was just like, I want to get hella drunk so that way when I fuck this girl, I can blame it on the alcohol. You know what I mean? Just saying. So he might have planned it. You never know. But I don't think he knew that the nanny cam was there. And so, they go to the concert. They come back. You know what I mean? They talking to a thing. He like, give me a kiss. Come here. And she like, say less. I'm going to give you more than a kiss, baby. I'm going to get on top of you, start grinding on you. All while wifey is watching this on the nanny cam like, yo, what the fuck? And like I said, that's crazy in its own. Like finding out that your partner cheated on somebody is one thing. But watching it happen, woo, oh my God. Oh, again, like I said, I'd be throwing shit. I would be throwing shit. Now, look, I don't want to throw blame on the wife. I don't, because she has her reasons for not having, sex with him and all that kind of stuff. Look, I get where she's coming from 100%. You know what I mean? But she should have known that, look, if you not having sex with him, he's going to find somebody who is going to want to have sex with him. That's where I think she went wrong, if I'm being real with you. It's like, look, I get nothing is happening, and maybe it's a thing where, divorce seems imminent. If you guys are just being roommates, the romance ain't there, he's not trying anymore, it's breaking down. If I'm being honest with you, that should have been time for you to just skedaddle. It's time for the divorce papers to hit the table, and it's time for you guys to kind of split up, because I think this relationship has taken its course, and he's at a point where he doesn't really care anymore. He's not trying, and then it's at a point where you're not trying anymore. Once your girl stops giving you sex and, stops giving you intimacy, then that's when she's done, man. She's over it. She can love you and care about you all she wants, but it's over at that point. It just really is. And so But at the same time, you got to think about it on the other side. Look, if he gonna get tired of beating his meat after a while, and then, before you know it, even the ugliest of ugliest chicks is looking cute. It's like, yo, I haven't put my dick in something in a while. You know what I mean? Like Gertrude over there looking fine. Just saying. It's like Gertrude over there looking fine. I might take her out and see what's up. Shit. Like, what it do, baby? You know what I mean? Like, I know you 45 and all, but I mean, shit, I give you a little something. I give you a little poking. I'm just saying, it's like that's what's going to go through your man's mind at that point. Like, yo. So, my biggest thing is you guys should have got divorced a long time ago. If I'm being real with you. You guys should have just got divorced a long time ago. It sucks that, you know what I mean, you had to watch that shit happen. But if I'm being honest with you, and this is harsh to say, but I think you brought it upon yourself, because you stayed in a relationship that you knew wasn't working and that you knew was going to lead to some infidelity at some point. And it sucks to say that. And it sounds harsh, but it is the truth. That relationship was heading down to Doomsville. You saw it. He saw it. It was only a matter of time before infidelity struck. You know what I mean? And so it's like, come on, sweetheart. You should have known that something like this was going to happen. What, you thought he was just going to sit around and, not want to have sex? And, he was cool with just beating his meat the whole time? Nah, he's going to go out and try to find that shit. It is what it is, and it's kind of common sense, and so it's like you kind of got to at least agree with me on that. If you don't agree with me on anything else from that, you got to at least agree with me on that the relationship was heading to Doomsville, and infidelity was on its way, So that is a tough situation, but again, you let me know what you guys think about that one in the comments. You agree with me? Do you not? Let me know, because damn, it's tough. It sucks. Okay, cool. All right, this will be our last one for today's beautiful Friday Patreon Day episode. If you got this far in the episode, thank you so much. I love you. Again, if you're enjoying these kind of episodes, man, and you're just like, man, I'm missing that Sunday episode. When you guys don't get that Sunday episode, Friday is the place to be, man. All right? Again, patreon.com/MyAssholePodcast. It is in the link tree down in the description. Check it out. Get on there, baby. I love you guys. Love all the support. Let's get to this last scenario. Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's fucking wrong and that my mom is right? Ooh, okay. Let's see. All right, I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 32 female, for 5 years, and we've been struggling financially for the past few months. I lost my job about 3 months ago, and while I've found part-time work, it doesn't pay nearly as much as before. We've had to cut back on a lot of things, but it feels like no matter what we do, we're still living paycheck to paycheck and even pulling from savings. Recently, my mom, 65 female, came over to visit, and she noticed how stressed I was about the money situation. She offered some advice on how we could save money, things like cutting down on takeout, meal preparation, and avoiding buying groceries multiple times a week, and switching to cheaper brands. My mom has always been frugal, especially when she was raising me and my siblings on a tight budget. I thought it made sense, especially since we're really trying to save wherever we can. I asked if she was willing to go through our spending and show where we could cut down. My wife agreed with this. She made a whole spreadsheet about our spending, and we are spending way too much on fun. We don't need Starbucks every day, and so on. It's also become apparent that most of the fun spending was my wife's. To be honest, my wife didn't take the breakdown well and started arguing with my mom that her spreadsheet was wrong. She said that my mom's way of doing things was outdated and doesn't work for us. She doesn't want to give up buying organic produce, and she likes having variety in what we eat each week. I tried to explain that we need to make some sacrifices if we want to get out of this financial hole, but she keeps insisting that things weren't as bad as I was making them out to be, and that we just needed to ride it out. My mom left at this point, and we were still arguing, and she told me she can't give up her takeout. She also went on about my mom being wrong. That's when I lost my patience and said, "You're fucking wrong. My mom is right. She managed to raise 3 kids on one income, and we can't even cut back on groceries a few months." My wife got really upset saying that I'm being a huge jerk for winding. Okay, I think he means siding. Siding with my mom, and that my mom is outdated. She barely spoke to me since, and now I'm wondering if I went too far. But the way I see it, we need to be realistic about our situation, and my mom's advice could actually help us get back on track. Look, man, I think this is a situation simply of it's not what you said, it's how you said it, and I think that's bullshit. Let's be real. I think it's bullshit. But that's just the way women are fucking wired. It's stupid, but it's the way women are wired. They always sit there, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Fuck off. All right? We're in a situation where we need to save money. This shit is dire. What are we talking about? You know, my mom is out here giving us solutions and ways to help us save money and get, into a good spot. And you're out here telling her she's wrong because you don't want to give up organic juices and vegetables and all this bullshit. Like, come on now. Now look, again, I understand that for one, this is your mom, so you might have felt real heated about that. And then two, this is a dire situation where it's like, you're the one that's overspending. And we need to correct that. How in the hell are you going to tell her that she's wrong when you're the problem? And that's just, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure to some degree he's the problem as well. I'm not throwing all of the blame on the wife here. I'm not. I'm sure he's got a little Amazon spending and a little bit of here and there. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you most of it is on her side just because she likes to be bougie with everything. And it's just like, you can't be bougie with everything. We got to cut back. And so, again, I think it's a way of, if you would have just explained it to her in a more calming demeanor, you would have explained it to her like, hey, look, babe, if we do this, this, and this, then instead of having, this much money left over at the end of the month, we have this much, and this much is a lot more. We'll be able to do a lot more things. We'll be able to save money. I'll be able to take you out and do stuff. You know what I mean? We'll have money at the end of the month to be able to save, to be able to do things, And then we can kind of get back up into that bougie, thing. But I get it. It's the heat of the moment. He was just like, that's my mom, and she's out here trying to help us. She doesn't have to do this. She doesn't have to do any of this shit. But she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart and out of the love of her soul. She's like, I want to help my son and his girl out, so I'm going to help you out. Look, I've been here. I've done that. Let me help you out. It's one of those things where it's just like, for me, I always, will listen to somebody's suggestion just because it's like, even if I know what they're going to say or I know the information that they're giving me, a lot of times it's good to just hear it again. It's good to just be reminded of it again because you're just like, you know what? And you might think of something like, wait a minute, hold on. I could have done this. I could have done that. Or maybe I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But again, I think this whole situation came down to, it's not what you said. It's how you said it. That I really do. I think if you would have laid it out for her and you would have told her, look, babe, this is what we got to do. And if we do this, then we'll, instead of having this amount of money left over left over at the end of the month, this is how much we would have left over at the end of the month. And this is a lot more money. And then we could save and we could do things. Again, I think that's what this whole thing came down to. It just came down to how you said it and not what you said. And, again, it's ridiculous and it's stupid because when you look at the totality of the situation, it is a dire situation. It's like, yo, look, we need to cut back tremendously or else we'll lose the house. We need to cut back tremendously or else, our cars are going to get repoed. We need to cut back tremendously or the water or the electricity or the air will go off. Like, dude, we need to cut back so we can make bills, so we can make sure that we have some savings in case an emergency happens, so we can do things. We're not racking up credit card debt, so I understand that he's looking at it as it's a dire situation and we need to deal with it. I'm sure she sees it as dire too. It's just, again, it's how you said it. And it's stupid. I get it. But again, you know what I mean? Next time, try to just reel it back and then explain it to her, you know what I mean, in a more calming and demeanor way. Because then she's going to be a little more receptive of it instead of being like, oh, you're an asshole. It's how you say it, not what you say. Like, okay, whatever. So, again, are the asshole for telling her she's fucking wrong? No, I don't think the asshole at all. Because it's just a situation of how you said it and not what you said. Because what you said was right. If I'm being real with you, what you said was right. You didn't say a damn wrong thing. It's just how you said it was wrong. It's stupid. It is what it is. But that's just how it is. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Let me know. I'd love to know you guys' opinions in that. But yes, that's going to be it for today's episode. Again, thank you so much, man, for you guys all kicking it with your boy, loving all the episodes, downloading the episodes, checking out all of the links that we have down there, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, Patreon.com/MyLastPodcast, man. If you want to get that episode every single Friday, you want a juicy episode like this every single Friday, get on there, man. Check us out. $3 a month. Get you that exclusive episode, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Thursday episode, as well as the free Patreon Day episodes. So get in there, man. Check us out. Love you all. Keep downloading the podcast. Rate us 5 stars if you haven't. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTube. All that shit is for free, baby. It's for free, and it's a click away. Hit the go into the description, hit the link tree, go to the link, you know what I mean? It's all in there, and check us out. Love you all. I will see you on Sunday, where we're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 7. Woo! Do I got a lot to say about Love is Blind Season 7. Let me just say this now. There are so many motherfuckers on that bitch just waiting for a blue check. Oh my God. Let's be real here. You know, I'm going to talk about one couple who obviously didn't make it. So, I'm not going to talk about them on Sunday. But Leo and Brittany, you motherfuckers were just looking for blue checks. Fuck you. You were not looking for love. Brittany was looking for money. Let's be real here. And Leo was looking for a blue check. Get the fuck out of here. All right? You guys were not looking for love. I am glad that you guys didn't go to Mexico and the producers didn't continue your story, because you guys were just looking for fucking fame. And that will never, nobody can convince me otherwise. All right? Nobody can convince me otherwise. How they acted in the pods was crazy. Brittany was sitting there talking about, oh yeah, all my previous guys, they had all of this status and money and da 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 da, and I'm just here looking for love. And then who the fuck did you connect with the most? The man who had the most money. Fuck out of here, all right? Nah. And then Leo's old bitch ass, he was thinking that he was a hot shot, a player with his big ass toucan nose. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Nah, what you wanted is you want a blue check, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. That's why when Hannah didn't want your ass, you went crawling back to Brittany. Oh, please tell her that I love her and that she's not a second choice. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. Brittany knew that you were a second choice. She knew that the whole time. But you want to know why she said yes to you when you proposed? So she could stay in the show. That's exactly what she wanted. She was like, oh, I may not get the man with the money, but I'm going to get my blue check. Man. All right, we're going to continue this conversation on Sunday. I love you guys all. Please tune into that Sunday show, because I'm about to start cooking. All right? I'm about to start cooking these motherfuckers, because there's only 2 couples. And I mean 2, count them, 2 couples in this season that are actually there for love. Everybody else, they're there for a fucking blue check, man. Get the fuck out of here. All right, love you all. I'll see you on Sunday. Peace and chicken grease.